If I can help somebody as I pass along, if I can cheer somebody with a word or a song, if I can show somebody they're traveling wrong. You have heard the saying that one man's trash is another man's treasure. Well, I have a slightly different take on that. What I thought was trash turned out to be a real treasure, and a treasure beyond measure. It was Father's Day 1987 when I decided my life was no better than the trash. If I take you to the beginnings of my life, we have my birth mother who gave me up for adoption when I was only 3 days old. I stayed in foster care until I was about 9 months old, and then I was in the process of being adopted by a woman who ended up shaking me, and while she was shaking me, she bashed my head into a wall so hard that fluid built up on my brain, and I didn't get medical attention for 10 whole days. I went back into foster care, but at this point I had lost some of my eyesight as a result of this injury. So I have enough eyesight to get in trouble, but not enough to get a driver's license. And I have seen the way some of you people with normal eyesight drive, and I could drive just as bad. And I have the worst road rage. Oh my God, you should see me cussing folks out from the passenger seat. I went back into foster care and I was adopted again at 4 years old. This new family gave me ideas about myself, that I was this ugly, stupid, half-blind child that was good for nothing. And I believed that. So by the time Father's Day 1987 came, I was so full of these messages that I thought my life was no longer worth living. So I went into the hospital over an attempt to take my life, and I stayed there for 72 hours. I was in the Stanford University Hospital psych ward with children, juveniles that were actually fighting for their lives. They were terminally ill. And while I was busy trying to throw my life away, they were busy fighting for theirs. And that's where I learned that my life was not the garbage. My life was not the trash. I left that hospital and I made some changes to my life. Now I can say I have a beautiful life. I have a beautiful family that loves me, and believe me, I am a grandma. I have 4 beautiful grandchildren. Don't I look good for being a grandma? Anyway, once I left the hospital and I made changes to my life, I have a beautiful life now. But I want to encourage people to speak up if they know a child is in harm's way, so that the child abuse can end. So my story shall not be in vain.